I chose the desert as my biome. Um, I chose this because I have always liked researching the desert, and in my opinion, is the most interesting of the biomes. It is very hot and dry. Annually, they receive about 15 to 26 centimeters of precipitation a year. You can find deserts at low latitudes and in North America, South America, Africa, and Southern Asia. The most interesting fact I found was there is parts of the Southern Asia's Atacama Desert where no rain has been recorded. It is believed it has been an extreme desert for over 40 million years. I'll start off by showing you my abiotic features. First is the sand, and the sand plays a huge role in the animals. Like the camel, it has adapted bigger feet so they can walk on sand for many hours. Rocks, as rocks provide shelter for animals like the tarantula, which is a nocturnal hunter, and they stay under the rocks during the day. My next one, my abiotic factor is heat, but I just used it as a 3D feature of the sun. I mean, it's not very good, but I'm just going to show how like heat plays a huge impact on how animals adapt to the desert. I'll go with the animals now. First animal, coyote. This may come as a surprise to you that they live in the desert, but they do. They live in many different biomes. The coyote is a dog-like carnivore that can be up to 20 to 50 pounds. It can be brown, gray, yellow, white, red, brown, more commonly gray or brown. They eat squirrels, birds, and amphibians in the desert. And it lives in the desert because there's a plenty amount of resources for the coyote to thrive. Lots of prey that it can eat. Next animal is the camel. Camel has long eyelashes, 1 to 2 humps, large eyes. It has 3 eyelids to protect its eyes from the sand. It usually is about 7 feet and weighs about 500 to 700 pounds. They eat thorny vegetation, twigs, dried leaves, seeds, and desert bushes. It lives in the desert because the camel's height allows them to eat resources off high plants that other animals can't, so it has plenty amount of food. My next animal is the tarantula. The tarantula has 8 legs, 2 big fangs. It is a very hairy animal. It's about 3 to 4 inches in length, and most commonly the color is light brown, but it can you can see like a little orange and black in it. The animal's diet, it usually feeds on insects, grasshoppers, beetles, and lizards in the desert, and lives in the desert because there's plenty of prey, and they have a shelter pretty much anywhere they go, where it's under the rock. And being a nocturnal hunter gives them an advantage because they can sneak up on animals that wouldn't be expecting it. Onto plants. First, the Mojave Aster. It is part of the sunflower family. It has rays with yellow disc in the middle, as you can see here, right there. They grow up to about 30 inches and have silver greenish leaves. They live in the desert because they can produce in plentiful amounts because all they have to do is drop their seeds to the bottom of the desert floor. Then once they have enough water that year, they germinate. If not, they can survive for up to 2 to 3 years. So whenever they have enough water, they can germinate and then they will produce a new plant. The next plant, the jumping cholla. The jumping cholla, or sometimes known as the teddy bear cholla, it varies from about 3 to 7 feet. Sometimes you can see greenish yellow flowers. You can kind of see them here. They have silver spines like needles, and you can really see them in this picture. And you would not want to be close to one of those because they look furry and fluffy from a way back, but you would not want them to hit your skin because they'll stick, and they're very hard to get off. Sometimes they're found with little fruit. They live in the desert because the plant doesn't have a seed to rely on, so it just it relies on detached segments to form new plants. And so in the desert, a lot of plants can't do this. They rely on seeds to produce offspring. But here, if there's a big gust, it'll put the new detached segments, or an animal carries them, so it'll be really easy to reproduce. Next, the prickly pear cactus. It has yellow, red, or purple flowers. Here it's more of a red. It is less than a foot. Has fruits. Has flat, fleshy pads. And these things look like big leaves, but that's the base of the cactus. It lives here because, unlike other plants, the cactus absorbs carbon dioxide necessary for the metabolism at night, preventing water loss. That helps them thrive in the desert because water is so hard to come by. Next, the Joshua tree. The Joshua tree is about 15 to 40 feet tall and in diameter about 1 to 3 feet. Flowers that are yellowish green. The fruit that comes off the Joshua tree is green or brown and has 2 sets of root systems. They rely on, this is kind of crazy, they rely on a moth for pollination, and the moth, it can only be found in the desert, so that is the main reason why they live there. And this plant actually prefers drier soil. I don't know how, but so here we go. Thank you.